Hey guys, today we're going to change a rear strut on this 2008 Subaru Tribeca. If you have a broken rear strut, you'll want to watch the video that's linked up here or down in the description below. It'll show you how to safely remove that broken strut. If this video is helpful, can you smash that thumbs up button, leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm? It really helps out a lot. We are going to crack loose our lug nuts here, jack up our vehicle, and then take our lug nuts and our wheel off. Now we need to remove this nut right here and remove the bolt. Now we're gonna break loose this nut, remove it, and remove the bolt. If you're having issues getting this nut to break loose, this is a great way to do it. Get a jack, put it under your ratchet, start jacking up, and you'll break that nut loose. Both of these nuts are 17 millimeter. To get this bolt out can be a little bit of a pain. So what I'm doing, rest your vehicle on the jack stand that you're using, of course, because you're safe. And then put your jack, or if you have a second jack, just use that. Jack up this control arm right here until you can then get it to where you can pull this bolt out where there's not much tension on it, and you can pull this bolt out like that. Then let your jack back down. That takes the tension off of your strut. Now we're gonna unhook the upper strut mount. Now we're gonna take out these rear compartment hatches. These basically just pull out like that. Take these out of the way. Now we're gonna take a Phillips screwdriver and unscrew these plugs, and then we can pull those out. There's two over here. Underneath the toolkit, right there and right there. So with these, you're just going to unscrew them. And this kind of raises up a little plug. When it starts twisting like that, you can just kind of wiggle and pull this out. Now we can lift this tray right out of here. Now we need to remove this little plastic cover right here. So stick like a screwdriver or something in there, pop that off, remove that bolt, and do the same thing over here. Those bolts are 10 millimeter. Now to get this compartment out, you need to shove it forward and then lift, and then you can take it right out. Now we have access to our strut mount covers on both sides. Now we're going to use some kind of pry tool, dealer's choice. Pop that out there, and we're going to remove these two nuts. Mine are 13 millimeter, but yours might differ if you've had your struts replaced before. So now you should be able to pry this control arm down a bit. So I just took my breaker bar and kind of stuck it in here like so. It didn't give me a very good bite, but it gave me enough where I could break this control arm loose of the knuckle down there. And then now you should be able to just push this down. I'll do it with two hands, but push this down and then it'll just come right back out. You can put your new one back in the same way. Start by attaching to the upper mount here, and then you'll start prying and wiggling and getting these bolts back in place. Using your jack to lift the control arm up to the knuckle here is going to be definitely the way you're going to want to do it, and I'll show that here in a second. I got a new pair of struts on Amazon. I'll have those links down in the description below if you want to use that link. It helps me out. So now we're just going to put in our new strut. One very important thing to note when you're putting this back in is that these struts have this little tab right here that's sticking up. You want that tab to be towards the front of the vehicle when you're reinstalling. Otherwise, it's going to hit a bolt back here and you won't be able to bolt them up flush. Reinstall your upper strut mount nuts first. Now we're going to reinstall the lower strut mount bolt. I personally like using a little anti-seize on these exposed bolts. Makes it easier if you ever have to remove something down here again. I'll have this linked in the description below. Make sure you tighten that bolt there until the lower strut mount is pinched tight on both sides of that control arm bushing. Now put your jack back under the control arm and jack it back up to the knuckle here. You're going to have to try to guide your control arm onto the knuckle bushing here, which might take some doing, but you can do it. The easiest way I found to get this to line up is to lift this whole thing up and then keep jacking the control arm up until they're pretty close to lined up. Okay, you're pretty much finished at this point. You pretty much just have to put the stuff back into the trunk and put your wheel back on, which you can handle that. If this video is helpful, smash that thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching and have a good one.